Welcome to the Lions Review. Just thought I'd share some of my thoughts on what expansions we may expect going forward from Avalon Hill, Hasbro. We already know that they're planning to release Rise of the Red Moon. In fact, you could find some pre-orders out there already. Here's a site in UK offering a 10% discount on their price. Here's another one, again from the UK, showing a expected July 2023 date. And here's a Canadian one showing August 1st. So I guess late July, early August is when we can expect that. That one's supposed to also have the Knight hero character in there. At least that's some of the speculation, which would be nice to have for those of us that missed the previous Knight expansion that they had. And then besides that, if you're overseas and you had the original, you may be wondering about those expansions. Are they going to have those? They've obviously already did everything that they did in North America. The Barbarian Quest or Frozen Horror has been out. The Elf Quest, the Mage of the Mirror has been out. So what else is there for them to do besides new ones like Rise of the Dread Moon? Well, again, if you were overseas, you know about these expansions that they had there. There was Against the Ogre Horde and the Wizards of Morcar. The Dark Companion really wasn't an expansion, but was included in a set that was sold as HeroQuest Advanced Quest. That was basically the core components plus I want to say 12 men-at-arms miniatures that you then used in this Advanced Quest, which was a single quest that you would play across 4 boards. Now I'm going to be showing some things, so before going forward, I just wanted to throw a spoiler out there because there's going to be some things that you're going to see in here from these books, and obviously if you don't want to see them, that would be the time to stop watching. Also mentioned that there was another, not so much expansion set, but there was the adventure pack. I forgot what it was called, but basically one that allowed you to generate your own quests, and they had stickers to put on maps so that as the evil wizard you can generate your own quests for the players to play through. Now if you finish the first 2 quests or the original quest and then the Keller's Keep and the Return of the Witch Lord, your next one would have been Against the Ogre Horde if you were overseas. This again was never introduced in North America. Now in this one you got introduced to ogres. It did give a little light to the quest, or a little color I guess you can say, adding some ogre background to it that you can share with the player characters, and you can see the stats here for some of the ogres. This may be why they adjusted the ogre stats in the Mage of the Mirror. Now the only thing they really adjusted there was to give it half the body points that it originally had. So in North America, ogres all had 10 body points. There was only an ogre. They didn't have ogre chieftain, lords, champions, any of that. It was just simply ogre. Overseas, you have what was called this variable body point table that Morcar would keep track of. So you may be fighting ogres with different characters, fighting different ogres, and depending who was lucky, they got that skull on the track and that killed the ogre. So then you would just start over with the next section of the track if you were Morcar keeping track of which ogres had to be killed. So you kill one with a single hit, and others would take quite a few hits before they went down. So it was an interesting way to play. Another interesting thing they did is when they introduced this, you could play it as individual quests or you can play it as a series. I do like the idea of it playing as a series because of course you're supposed to be going, infiltrating this ogre's lair, fighting against the ogres, and then trying to get out. So there were rules for that. And then from there you will move on to the Wizards of Morcar. Obviously this will have to be the Wizards of Zargon. Now this particular one only have 5 quests, which is about half of what you had in North America. By the way, the ogres, that was 7 quests in that book. So if you play it as a series, your heroes will have to survive through those 7 quests. Quite challenging. And in this one, if you were overseas and didn't have the advanced quests, this would have been your first time seeing men-at-arms. This would have been where they were introduced. And then you also had the spell power of the evil wizard being enhanced with these barriers and other items. I guess they would do these barriers like they did the mirrors and Mage of the Mirrors. you know, if Hasbro does go ahead and reintroduce this one, but we'll obviously have to wait and see. So again, the Dark Company was just a quest that was included if you bought the Advanced Quest set of HeroQuest, which was the core plus this additional quest and 12 man-at-arm miniatures that you would use to represent the Dark Company warriors. And then of course they also introduced this Doomguard, which was like a special Chaos warrior. So again, that was across 4 boards that you play that, a big quest. So if they do reintroduce this, it'll be interesting to see how they do it. It's just going to be extra men-at-arms with a larger, or not a larger board, but across 4 boards, where they include extra boards for you to play it, or just one large layout for you to use as a board. I mean, there's different ways they could do it. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually release that or not. But until they do, I guess that's going to be it. So hope you enjoyed, and talk to you guys later.